I think from the time that I was a child, I had always had in my mind that I was going to be a lawyer. And, I like to speak. I like to ask critical questions. I like to advocate. People would always tell me, you'd be a great lawyer. You like to argue and debate. And I just thought it would be an exciting thing to be.
From fatherless to fatherhood, take one.
David Banks. I'm the president and CEO of the Eagle Academy Foundation. Prior to that, I was the founding principal of the Eagle Academy for Young Men, the first all-boys traditional public school, public high school in New York City in almost 30 years. But from a formal standpoint, the more that you learn, the more your ability to think critically so that you are able to see in three dimensions. To me, that's what education is all about. But ultimately, it's to be able to come back into help to improve your community, improve your nation, improve the world. That's the whole point of being educated, so that you are informed, so that you can then, in fact, turn around and impact. Listen, I want you to see this, George, just based on what you just said, right? So this is my all-time hero, Muhammad Ali. I named two of my kids after him. If you just look at the quote, as you talk about just, right, preparing for the APs and the SATs and all that stuff, but just read what he wrote. I think the advice that I have for educators who are working, particularly with young people from the inner city, is to have the highest level of expectation. Don't ever look at the neighborhoods that they come from to think that you can make excuses for them not being high performing. I think that as in spite of whatever their conditions are, that these young people who are still brilliant, they have all the greatest potential that just needs to be developed. And that they are no different than any other child. They have the same wants, needs, desires. They just need to be given a level of support and exposure that will allow them to reach their ultimate potential. Read what he said.
I hated every minute of training, but I said, don't quit. Suffer now and live the rest of your life as a champion.
You see? So it's when it's applicable in your own life. You're not preparing to be a fighter, right? But you're trying to go to college, you're working on the things that you're trying to do. And you go to times it gets hard. And if you talk to Ali when he was preparing for fights, there are times that he said, man, this is, I need an idea how hard this is, running 25 miles and then running up hills and then come back and the push-ups and the sit-ups, and it never ends. After a while, mentally you start to get fatigued. I said, man, but it's just keep pushing yourself. But he said, I reminded myself, all this that I'm doing now, just suffer now. Like, and I'm suffering going through this, the same way you feel right now. Right, but I'm suffering, but go through it. Because the payoff that's going to come for you, that's what this is all about. Live the rest of your life as a champion. And you're not trying to be the heavyweight champ, but you're trying to be the champ on a whole different level, whatever it is that you want to do in your life. But it does not come easy, George. It does not come easy. Nothing in life that's really worth it comes easy. You got to go through days like you're going through right now, but what you have to have is that voice inside of you that says, don't quit. Catch your breath. Get a little bit of rest, come back, get up early in the morning, do whatever you have to do, put that extra time in so that you don't feel overwhelmed and you try to catch up as best you can. But it's not going to be easy, right? It wasn't easy for me. Not easy for any of the people that you see out here who became successful. I think fathers can be so involved in just some basic things of helping their kids with their homework, coming to the school on parent association nights and PTA nights and checking on their report cards. I think it sends such a powerful message to kids when they know that their parents really do care and that dads really do care and will show up. My father used to come up to the school when I was a kid, unannounced. I'd just look up from my classroom seat and I'd see him at the door. Never knew when he was coming, which was another good thing. See, if you knew that he was only going to come for report card night, that's good. But you can keep your kids in line when you're unpredictable and they never know when you're going to show up. In closing, I would just simply say that I think being a dad is a delight, a joy that I can only thank God for. The blessings that I've had to be a father and to be an educator and helping to try to impact the lives of young people, even outside of my own biological children. And I just say to men in particular, all around this country, to stand up and be good dads and be good role models for young children.